I did it. After like 12 hours, I finished my comic. Yep, I finished it in actually 13 hours with no financial losses at all. I have not lost money and I did not go over my deadline, but you know what? It's okay. We're fine. Bro, it's been like 5 years. How does Jasmine always end up getting my money? Is this like compensation for her being my brain worm? Is this the price I have to pay? Paying not $10, but $20 to a Genshin Impact player? Are you freaking kidding? I mean, anyways, let's get to the video. Okay, no, in all seriousness, I wanted to talk over my process drawing this comic because I want to talk about my OCs more, and I just thought this was really fun. And so this is gonna be me just randomly rambling about this comic and my characters, and yeah. Well, firstly, a big inspiration behind this comic was the artist Space Crumble on Instagram. I found their account through, I think, Robin? I don't know how I found their account, but they draw OC comics every single day. And I'm just like, not that I want to do that. I mean, I would if I could, but I was like, I want to make an OC comic. I love my OCs and I want to be able to like get panels of them and be like, yeah, I drew this. These are my own characters and I'm really proud of them. So that's what inspired this comic. Other things that inspired this comic was the fact that I really wanted boba and I was quarantined and I was redrawing something from my last sketchbook and I changed it up where I made Kaya drink boba instead of, I don't remember what I think it was like a salad or something that I made him eat. And then I was like, okay, what if Rem got him the boba? I wonder if people are gonna notice that they both have boba. And then I was like, wait a minute. What if I draw before, like, Rem getting Kaya the boba, and then the ball just started rolling from there. This comic was also really fun because it takes place when they're not a couple yet. This is when they're friends. And I have, like, little things that kind of point it out. I'm gonna explain some of their lore so that it makes sense. So, like, the first, I guess, page, Kaya's reading out of a textbook, which is actually like a science textbook. He originally was in STEM, but he gets out of STEM, and by the time Rem and Kaya are dating, he's now actually studying photography. So I thought it'd be cool to show him studying. He is not good in his field, which made him really upset, and he like forced himself to be in it, which is a story for another time. But little things kind of show like the timeline, and that's one of them. Another thing that shows the timeline is actually Kaya's response to Rem, where down the line he wouldn't respond like that, but being around Rem and Darren, he's trying things out. He grew up in a very sheltered environment and he's like learning how to like, you know, make jokes amongst his friend group, and so he responds in a way that Rem and Darren would, and it's supposed to come off as very stiff because it's not like him at all, which is why Rem laughs in the next panel. Welcome to the very self-indulgent part in which I'm talking about their orders, because I get what Kaya gets, except it's 50% sugar. I discovered toppings. I don't know why, I just decided to get toppings. Probably because it had the word rainbow in it, and I'm like, I want to try that, and I love it. I love rainbow jelly. I love adding jelly in boba. As for Rem, he doesn't really like sweet things, but he does really like red bean paste. He grew up eating it, and so whenever he can, he likes getting it. It reminds him of his childhood, so I thought that'd be a cute little thing to add. I really love this page because I feel like it shows their personalities and their dynamic really well, especially at the beginning. Like, you see Kaya being very calculated with his order, and the moment he realizes, like, I didn't think about the last part of my order, he looks at Rem for some form of guidance, and Rem is just not there. He tends to dissociate in social settings because he doesn't really feel the most comfortable. And so Rem is just like, I don't know what you want me to do. He's confused of why Kaya's looking at him like that. If anything, he kind of finds it funny which is why he looks at him very fondly when he's nervously just asking for help from the barista. I also just really love the expressions on this page. This is definitely a page I'm gonna like take screenshots of and have it be like, yeah, I drew this. These are my characters. They're so cute. Honestly, I don't remember what inspired me to make the barista be an older woman. The older woman is just some random character that I made. I just thought it'd be fun to draw an old lady, which is why I did studies of older women. And I learned I really like drawing older women because of like the wrinkles and stuff. It was really fun to do in my style. I thought it was really cute though that Kaya was really amazed by this lady's recommendation, and I think it being an older woman, just being like, oh my god, I'm glad he liked what I recommended him. I thought that would just be more tender, which is probably why I did it. I wish I could tell you why, but I don't remember, but that's okay. So fun fact, the comic should have been longer, but I cut some dialogue between the barista and Rem during the present day, and I kind of wish I would have added it, but it would have taken too long. I was already just like, I want to get this out there. I feel like I can shorten this where it's still like a pretty well-rounded comic, but I wanted to add it because it shows Rem in social situations in which he gets nervous, like I mentioned before. He kind of gets uncomfortable, so he sometimes over-explains things because there are times where he's just very blunt, but it's because he's nervous. So he ends up over-explaining to this barista when she asks where Kaya is. And as for the free boba, the barista just thought they were really cute and saw that Kaya wasn't there. And so she thought, oh, he'll probably bring it to the other blonde-haired boy, so might as well just give him the order. And Rem thinks it's on accident, which is why he's like really nervous about confronting her and being like, I'm so sorry, but this isn't my order. But her warmth towards him eases his mind, and that's where the comic ends. Overall, I didn't reach my deadline. I lost $20, but I'm really proud of this comic. And I feel like I really have grown a lot artistically. And it's just really cool to see my artistic growth through these OCs that I've had since middle school. And I never would have imagined that my art style would be this cool. I don't know, I'm happy with my art. I'm really proud of myself. So yeah, if you watched this far, thank you for watching, and this was a lot of fun. Also, I didn't get to show the full time lapse because it was 13 minutes long, but the rest of the comic is on Instagram. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.